Hi everyone, Anna Alt. I am the leader of the Friday group, and I have our newest TFG networking champion of the week, Mr. Manny Rodriguez.
Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was blown away to receive this thing today. Let's put it on correctly. Holy molies.
We had to be very stealth about it because Manny is the one that does it every single week. That's why he is always interviewing our TFG networking champion. We had to be stealthy, and it's his birthday. So, Manny, for months, ever since we started doing this, people would come to me and they would say, how do I nominate Manny if Manny is the person we talk to? And I'm like, just let it go, we'll do it. So finally, by literal popular demand, I had 3 people this week say it's time. He's got to be the networking champion. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that because I have gotten votes. Like people say, I vote you, and I'm like, come on, that doesn't even make sense. So the way you guys went about it, let me tell you, they about had me in tears. I'm not gonna lie. Like when they were sharing the things and how it does actually mean something to them and to you guys, it felt it came from a true place, and I felt that affection, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. It was like a surreal moment. Like they have been taking notice. Not that I do it for that reason, but the fact that people are actually acknowledging it is like, you don't need the thank yous to know that they thank you. So that was awesome. Thank you so much for leading that.
You're welcome. And do you want to tell us what is something that you're working on? What is something that is new and exciting?
I love it. Thank you. That's a great question because I actually been kind of hush hush and sharing little by little, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we are rebranding and renaming our company, and I'll tell you why. Because I asked ChatGPT, this is how it started. I said, be brutally honest with you. What do you think of our business name? And so that really dug deep, and the response was something I really had to dig deep and pray about it and think on it and talk to my wife about it and talk to the people I truly respect. So I literally went around like, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And the support was unreal. And so I'm really excited to share, but I'm not going to go into that just yet because there's a lot to unveil. But as you know, times are changing, things are different. And so our company is lining up with those changes as we move forward. If you watch my video this morning, I talked about some great experiences going on in my life, some great movements. That's one of them. So thank you for asking me that question. I appreciate that.
Okay, you're the expert. Do I need to ask anything else? Do you need to say anything else?
Yes, absolutely. So let me share something with you, and you've probably followed my post, networking in general. When I first met Anna, I literally remember the day she came into our group, and she was, Anna Alton. I had never met her before, and she shared that I sounded like I was full of myself. I love to bring confidence into my speaking and into my engagement. And when it comes to networking, that's the part that could be game changer in your business. So when I think of networking and I think of what you have led in this group, networking, my friends, can be life changing. I started because a buddy of mine, Mark Bryman, was like, go out there and represent our company at this time. And it morphed into something bigger that I would not have imagined. And being newer to St. Louis, this really opened up my network. When I first moved to Terre Haute, Indiana to go to Indiana State University, 2 years later, I joined a fraternity. I had a bunch of friends. When I moved to St. Louis, 2 years later, I didn't even really think about that. I started networking, and then all of a sudden, I had all these relationships building. And I want to share, Anna, thank you because you have been instrumental. You and Mark Brymer have probably been the most instrumental ones when it comes to networking in my life, understanding networking, how to build those relationships, how to love on your networking buddies. Because truth is, loyalty can only go so far. But when you really understand the purpose of networking, then you keep all those personal things out of the way and you focus on meaningful relationships. Because at the end of the day, how can we help you? So that's my networking tip.
Thank you. All right. Come see us every Friday, Goodwood Brewery in O'Fallon, Missouri, 9 to 10:30. And we also have a virtual group that meets every Tuesday, 8:30 to 9:30. Ask him for the Zoom link. I'm not very techy.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you for joining us. And thank you again for such an amazing surprise. I'll share the images and the video of what they've done for me this morning in this video. So until next time, next week, when we have our new TFG champion, wow, this really does have a lot of meaning. So to actually win it and me not have to name myself, that was truly legit. Thank you. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.
Nice.